I am on my way to pick up some musubis for the day, and this is my first time walking there. I know it's crazy, but Hawaii is kind of we're not the most walkable city as you can imagine because it's really hot here, and this is my mistake to wear black. I feel weird being back and just thinking like, oh, I really need to make money to make up for that trip. But also trying to stay in the present because I have a big issue with staying in the present. I have a really hard time doing it. I'm always thinking in the future. I'm really working on not worrying about things that I can't control or hasn't happened yet and all of these things. Because if my history has taught me anything, it's that I've worried about stupid shit for far too long and have driven myself into anxiety and stress. And it happens, and I just think in the end, like, I didn't really need all that trauma. It's just like when I finally got my MRI done, and now it's just this distant memory, and I just feel so silly about how much I hyped it up in my mind. I feel really mentally good right now. Yeah, for the first time in a while. I think that just this combination of therapies and things that have like happened recently have just allowed me to overcome a lot of challenges, and I'm stacking up a lot of reliable data to my brain that I can do anything. This is the newest monstera leaf that was born right before we left on our trip. We named her Ponyo. Look how big she is. She is the biggest leaf out of all the other leaves. Oh, I gotta wipe these leaves. I just finished therapy. One of my biggest realizations today, which I didn't realize until I was talking it out with her, is that I've never really felt like I belonged in any community I was in. Like sometimes I grew up in Hawaii, but sometimes I don't feel local enough. And when I'm in Korea, I don't feel Korean enough. Or like sometimes I don't feel American enough. Something never felt quite right. That is part of the reason why I feel anxious a lot and just always feeling like I'm the outsider. I don't know. I'm going through like I think I have been going through a weird identity crisis my whole life. But lately, it's really been settling in where I just really feel like, where do I belong in this world? I've been reading Sally Rooney's Intermezzo, and I've been hearing so much about it, and I didn't know what to expect, so I'm already halfway through it. At first it threw me off, but all of the dialogue doesn't have question marks flanking it, which I thought was really interesting. And I borrowed it from the library. It's so nostalgic for it to be like wrapped in this plastic to protect the hardcover. Lately I've just been feeling like I have no purpose in life, and I've been feeling really unfulfilled and don't really know. I just kind of feel like I'm floating through life. I want to make a conscious effort of not being on my phone as much, and that's why I want to read more. I've gotten into the habit of comparing myself a lot to other people, and I just thought that this would be a really good first step to just start reading again. I remember when I used to read a lot, my vocabulary was a lot better. I mean, I was a lot more articulate, or is it eloquent? And nowadays I notice that I have been at a loss for words, losing my train of thought, and I don't know, I've just been feeling dumb. And it's crazy because like as I've been reading these books, I've just been noticing how much time I've actually been spending like on Instagram or just on my phone all that time. I really want to be diligent and have the discipline to use this time wisely towards improving myself as a person and like just improving my skills. But yeah, well, I mean, this is purely for entertainment, but I still like the fact that now during my free time, I'm just reading a book instead of like doom scrolling through like Instagram and stuff. And then the thing is like I want to deactivate it so bad. Like I almost impulsively deactivated it, but I also have gained so many good things from social media. Like I learn new recipes, or like I learn new tips, or I get ideas. Like with everything, there are pros and cons. I've gotten a lot of good things from social media. And also it's like kind of a primary form of communicating with my friends now. I find that I get sucked into it way too much and it starts losing its benefits.
It's graffiti dog.
I know.
Like you don't put stop signs or
So I went to Target today and I bought for the first time bird seeds. I'm just gonna start carrying around a little baggie of bird seeds with me from now on. Yesterday was the first time I went back to the gym since our trip. I got that spark back, so I'm very excited to go back to the gym tomorrow to do legs. Every time I come back from Japan, I start to miss it a lot and have these dreams of living there. But I also live in a place where a lot of people consider it paradise and a lot of people have it on their bucket list and they only dream of coming here or living here. So I thought, I live here, I'm gonna start playing tourist again in my own home. After hiking the Fushimi Inari in Kyoto, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try hiking again. Okay, all my life, I've always said I hated hiking. And I think it was because I was never properly prepared for a hike. I never had the right footwear, didn't have like anything to carry like my water bottle in and things like that and have some snacks on me. So I just didn't know how to prep for those things. And now I feel like I have a better idea of that. So I'm going to introduce myself to it very slowly. I want to do very easy hikes to begin with because I don't want to scare myself off. We've been walking around and finding some like local bars that I didn't know existed. It's just always blazing hot here, so walking always feels impossible. Doing all of these newer things has been really fun, and it's really been making me appreciate living here more. I've been feeling really good. I think that if there are any reservations, it's probably just me thinking about the future again. Like, what does the future hold? Do I still want to do what I'm doing right now for work? I have a lot of questions for myself, but at the same time, I'm working on living in the present as much as I can. And that's been really great and pleasant. So every day I just take it as like, you've got this day to think about. And that's it. Chili pepper.
Can't do anything. We had to leave early because she was barking at everyone.